hold me close, don't ever let me go. More than words is all I ever needed you to show. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took
Tes 1 1 tes.
Tes.
then you
Cek.
couldn't
Tes.
make things new
Cek.
just by saying
Cek.
Tes.
Hello everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, our guests and fellow students. Thank you for joining today's event and welcome to the seminar
Words Without Worry, Breaking the Silence and Say It Out Loud 2024 at Universitas Kristen Duta Wacana. Greeting with respect to our speakers, all the lecturers from English Language Education Department Universitas Kristen Duta Wacana.
My name is JJ.
And my name is Puspa.
We are PBI students batch 23.
We will be your hosts for today. Before we start our seminar today, let us all rise for the national anthem Indonesia Raya and hymn Duta Wacana.
Please remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, before we dive into today's program, let's take a moment to pray to begin this event. I will lead the prayer with Christian faith. For those who are of different beliefs, please support us in your respective prayers. Let's pray. Dear God, we come before you as we prepare to begin these activities. We ask for your guidance and presence with us as we work and join the seminar today. May we remember to conduct ourselves with kindness, patience, and respect for one another. We ask for your blessing and protection throughout this time, and we pray that everything we do will bring honor and glory to your name. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have a seat.
Next, we will listen to remarks from our seminar chairman who have worked hard to make this seminar run smoothly. Please give a round of applause to Nabila Mutiara Azara.
That's okay. Wow. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Good morning, Pak Endar, as the head of English Language Education Department. Good morning, Bu Endang, as our lecturer who always accompany us to this event. And of course, also good morning, Ma'am Arida, who sits in there. And good evening, Kaira, who is in Zoom right now. She is our PBE alumni, and she is gonna be our special guest today. And she is right now in Boston, USA, in Massachusetts City. And of course, for all of the audience, good morning, who those in this room and those who in Zoom meeting and YouTube live streaming. First of all, I'm so thankful to God because of His blessing. We can gather here for this seminar, this is one of our final project from one of our major, speaking for academic purposes. And I want to say thank you for all the lecturers who always support us, help us, and guide us during the preparation for the seminar. And also I always want to say thank you for the committee who have a great work and hard work for this seminar. Please give us applause. So the committee is from our class itself, from elite students batch 23, and it all starting from deciding the division, start from who will do this, who will do that, and then after that we do a discussion, we make a plan together, we work together, and finally, after a weeks of preparation, we are delighted to welcome you to this seminar. And our hope for this seminar, we can improve ourselves especially in speaking in English, increase our knowledge and gain ourselves to be a better person. Like our theme today, Words Without Worry, Breaking the Silence and Say It Out Loud. And it is also related with Kak Ira's theme, Going Global Opportunities and What to Prepare. Oh yeah, and Kak Ira's herself, she is an awardee of master degrees from LPDP scholarship. And right now, like what I said before, she is in Boston University in USA. And later, she will give us a sharing session about how to get that opportunity. And if any of you guys want to ask something about your curiosity, you can ask her and feel free to ask. Okay? And then the point is, it all starts from ourselves, start from our confidence, especially to talk in English. And then after that, we can make a change for global. We can make a better person and then achieve our dreams, our goals, and then to be a better person. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Wow, thank you, Nabila. That's a sweet remarks I ever heard.
Now, in the second remarks, we would like to listen from our head of department, Ignatius Tri Indarto MA. Now, without any further ado, audience, please welcome Pak Endar.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so it's a great pleasure to see all of you here, and we're gonna have some, I believe, fruitful discussion in this event, right? And when I see the title of the event, and it says "Breaking the Silence," what's the second one? Say it out loud. Yeah, breaking the silence. Say it out loud. I find it to be very meaningful because uh, when we refer to, for example, silence, silence might mean nothing, right? Silence means nothing. Like, for example, when you do not talk to anybody, then there's nothing between you and that person, right? Unless, for example, if you know the person very well and she or he is usually very talkative, and all of a sudden he or she becomes, very silent, then the silence might not mean nothing, right? But in most cases, silence means nothing. And then the second part, say it out loud, and you also have the previous one, right? The previous phrase, words without worry. So I feel like it's a contrast, right, between silence, which might be a symbol of nothing, and words, which might symbolize something, right? Words symbolize something, and some even believe that humans start their civilization through words. So we come as human beings because we have language, we have words, right? And I think when we refer to this event specifically, because this is a collaboration with the class of Speaking for Academic Purposes, right? And also we have our guest today, Kak Ira, ya. Kak Ira is one of our alumni that is now studying in Boston University. And I believe that we can learn a lot, especially about speaking, because when we express our words, our ideas through speaking, it can become a powerful tool. So I never underestimate the power of speaking, because when you are able to speak, effectively, you can influence people. You can influence your surroundings. So I hope that we can learn from this event from one another, from Kak Ira Lui, about not only speaking but also how she got the scholarship to Boston University, because I believe that many of you might want to continue your study later on when you graduate from this department, right? Maybe you want to pursue your higher education, your master's degree in the United States. Then you can learn from Kak Ira Louis. Yeah, so I hope you can participate actively by asking questions if you are curious about any of the topics of the discussion. And then in addition to that, we're going to be learning from some of our beloved friends as well, right? Some of the students, we have Aka, and then Baptista, and also Abel, yeah? So let's learn from one another. That's one of the points that I want to make. And then let's participate actively, and let's use this event as a, as a tool for you to, let's say, sharpen your skills in speaking, in learning, in, gaining knowledge about pursuing higher education, anything about that. And hopefully the event will runs well, and my sincere gratitude goes to the organizing committee, of course, and also all of you who have come here, and of course to the lecturers. Here we have Ibu Endang as the coordinator, right, as well as the lecturer of the Speaking for Academic Purposes class, and also Ibu Arida who has come, and Mas Arya, yeah, Pak Apet, and the staff, and all the parties that have been involved in this event. Yeah, so I think that's all I can say in this occasion, and yeah, I wish that we can learn from one another, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Ender, for the beautiful remarks. All right, Puspa, should we start our seminar? I think everyone has been waiting.
Well, not yet, JJ. I think you forgot something.
What is that?
So today we have special speakers from our PBI students batch 23 with their amazing stories. And also we have a special guest from our PBI alumni, Kak Ira.
Wow, our special guests today are very interesting. I can't wait to hear their story.
Yeah, right. So now let's begin our first session with our special guests, Abel, Aka, and Baptista, with the moderator Unique.
Unique is a PBI student batch 23. She will guide the next event. So please welcome our moderator, Unique.
Check. Hi everyone. How is it going? I hope you are all feeling great today. I'm Unique Kritisui Salam and I'll be your moderator for this exciting season. Get ready for a fun and insightful experience. Stay with us and let's make it awesome together. Now, let me introduce our amazing speakers for today. They are Baptista Farani Wangga Ombonapa, and Aka Hernanda Suntoro. And the last is Abel Sigit. They have a tons of experience in speaking anxiety. Please give a big applause for our speakers. We are so lucky to have they here today. So, what's today's session about? We are talking about speaking anxiety, a topic that I'm sure many of us can relate to. If you are ever wondered about speaking anxiety, then this is your moment. We've got some exciting insight coming up, so stay tuned and don't miss a thing. Okay, outside enough. Now it's time to shift the spotlight to our incredible speaker, Baptista, who will enlighten us on factors of speaking anxiety. Take it away, Baptista.
Tes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the time and the opportunity you given to me. Today, we would like to sharing with you quite a common topic, especially for us students, but this is relevant for us. That is speaking anxiety. In this first section, I would like to sharing with you about what is factors of speaking anxiety. Next. Before we go to the factors of speaking anxiety, I would like you know what is a speaking anxiety. Okay, I want to ask you some questions. Have you ever feel fear or uncomfortable when you speak in public or foreign language? If so, you are not alone. This is what we call speaking anxiety. Speaking anxiety is a condition of fear, anxiety, and feelings of discomfort experienced by a person, so that it causes anxiety when speaking. This is a common condition, but of being hesitant and shy to speak up. But if it continues to happen, it can hinder the growth of our abilities. Next. According to Suparlan 20 and 21, he mentioned there are 4 factors he found among students. Namely is fear of making mistake, limited vocabulary, embarrassment, and lack of preparation. Next. The first factor is fear of the making mistake. You know guys, this is the one of the most common causes of anxiety when speaking. Many students worried making error in pronunciations, grammar, and vocabulary. For example, they might fear that their incorrect pronunciation could lead to difficult and mistake when they're speaking. So it can make them lowers confidence when they speaking. Next. Next is limited vocabulary. Someone who lacks a large number of words and has difficulty expressing relevant words in a particular language. When someone has a limited range of words, it becomes difficult for them because they can express their idea clearly and confidently. This leads to hesitation and frustration because they cannot find right words to convey what they think. And this is a common happening in the student when they speak in public or foreign language. Next. The next factor is embarrassment, shyness, and fear of being judged negatively by friends or the audience. Many people feel shy and fear being judged negatively by other people or audience. This fear can increase their nervous and especially when they're making mistake in the front of other people. And it can make them feel worried and anxiety when they're talking with another people in front of them. Next. And the last of factors is the lack of the proper preparation for an event resulting in increased anxiety. When someone does not prepare adequately, it increases their nervous is more higher than before because they didn't ready to perform in front of people. So it making it difficult for them. They cannot communication with fluently and convey what they think clearly. Next. The conclusion is this is a common, but by understanding the causes, we can take steps to overcome the fear, such as increasing our vocabulary, practicing more often, and viewing mistake as a part of the learning process. You remember, making a mistake is natural process for us. So the key is you has to learn from those mistakes and keep improving your skills. Next. All right. Thank you so much for your time. This is all for me. We go to the next speakers.
Okay, for up next, we have the privilege of hearing from our inspiring speaker, Aka, who will discuss the impact of speaking anxiety. Take the stage, Aka. We are excited to learn from you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunities. I hope you attend this event with good condition. My name is Aka, and I want to deliver the topic about the impact of speaking anxiety. Next. Oh, PPT-nya. It's wrong. Ini yang baru. Oh. The new one PPT has. Oh. Please wait a moment. Okay, thank you for waiting. Next, what is public speaking anxiety? My friend Baptista has mentioned it before, but I want to say the point that can trigger the speaking anxiety, such as being judged, making mistake, and forgetting what to say. It can happen because in class, in work, on just in talk with each other. Next, how does speaking anxiety affect us? I want to mention 3 points how speaking anxiety can affect us. Next, according to Zuhri 2022, there is 3 points that speaking anxiety can affect in our life. One is physically. When we are anxious, our body reacts. Like your heart will beat faster. Sweating, and your hands maybe trembling. Yes, thank you. Like how as you can see now, I feel it now. This physical reaction make your speaking even harder and can disturb your. Next is mentally. Test, test, test. Test. Next is mentally. The speaking anxiety can make your mind race and start doubting ourselves, thinking, what if I mess up? Or what if people laugh at me? It's the common question that cross in our mind while we start to speaking in front of a lot of people. Next. Socially, speaking anxiety can stop us from sharing our ideas. For example, when we are students and we have ideas in maybe in your test or in your group discussion, you maybe can get your great score with your ideas, but you you choose to not say it to your friends, maybe because you're afraid to say it in front of a lot of people. So it can kill your opportunities to be a better learners. Next. So what does it matter? So speaking anxiety can hold us back in life. Think about this, guys. What if you have an amazing idea, but you are too scared to share it? Like I said before, it can make you stuck in your, maybe in your learning, in your work, in your opportunities, in other change. Next, the conclusion. In the end, the speaking anxiety is something many of us have faced, but it does not have to control our life, because we can overcome it by understanding it and have much prepare. So how to overcome the speaking anxiety? My friends Abel will deliver the material about strategies to overcome the speaking anxiety. Next. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Okay, let's move. Last but certainly not least, let's give a warm welcome to our brilliant speaker, Abel. He is ready to share his talk on speaking anxiety strategies, how to overcome it. The floor is yours, Abel.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so the speakers before me says about uh, what are the factors of speaking anxiety, and the next one is what's the impact on our lives and our daily basis. And so today, my topic are about the strategy on how to overcome speaking anxiety. Okay, can change the PPT. Okay. Okay. Next slide. Okay, the first one, what you need to do is preparation. So Baptista said that the factors of speaking anxiety is the lack of a proper preparation. So yeah, but the first strategy is to do a proper preparation, so it can help reduce nervousness and minimize making mistakes. Well, before I come in front of here, I also do some preparations like practicing myself in front of a mirror, or maybe just casually speaking or memorizing what I will be saying in this seminar. And next slide, please. Is relaxation. So if you, before you speak in front of a public, sometimes you feel very nervous, and as Akash mentioned, you have some syndrome like shaking hands and other stuff that will disturb you when you speak in front of public. So what you need to do is calm yourself. Like you can do activities like do some deep breathing, or maybe if you can calm yourself by listening to music, reading books, and watching movie before you speak in front of many people. Okay, next slide. The next and the third one is positive thinking. You usually think a lot of stuff when you want to speak in front of many people, and like what about the grammar, what about the pronunciation, what about the vocabulary that I will use in front of other people. So And I think you don't need to think about it that much, because what you just need to do is just focus on maintaining an optimistic and enthusiastic outlook when you speak English in front of many people, especially right now, like this. This is not a very proper example, but more also it's like this. Okay. Next slide, please. And the fourth one is resignation. This strategy is accepting the anxiety in you. So it's not just addressing that, oh, I have anxiety, so I need to overcome it. No, it's just accept that anxiety is a part of yourself. So it doesn't need to go away, but it can help you improve to be better. Okay, next slide. Okay, that's all I can say, because yeah, the conclusion is if you practice what I have said in this my topic here, all the strategies on how to overcome speaking anxiety, and I can assure you that you can be speak better in front of public. That's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, it's very insightful, right? So, what we can learn from our speaker is 1. Speaking anxiety comes from fear of making mistakes, limited vocabulary, embarrassment, and lack of preparation. It can be overcome by practicing more and seeing mistakes as a part of learning. 2. Public speaking anxiety or glossophobia is the fear of speaking in public, causing issues like poor speech quality, low self-confidence, physical symptoms, and strained relationship. And the last or the third, to overcome speaking anxiety is try preparation, relaxation techniques like deep breathing, positive thinking, and resignation, like accepting the anxiety without fighting it. Okay, thank you. Now it's your turn, everyone, to guard the occasion. Don't be shy and raise your hand, and don't forget to mention the name of the speaker you want to answer the question. This is your chance to get all your burning questions answered, so don't miss it. Let's start the session Q&A. Please raise your hand if you have a question to our speakers. Who have a question, please raise your hand and put your hands up. So, anyone have a question? We will wait for minutes. Our session is talk about speaking anxiety, so we'll have a curiosity about speaking anxiety or something is not clear, you can ask the speakers about it. Who have a question, please raise your hand. Okay. We have Ibu Endang.
So much. While we are waiting for the others to prepare for the questions, this is my question to three of you. First of all, thank you so much. It's very brave of you that you are there and talking about speaking anxiety. Now, perhaps you can share your own experience about whether you are anxious or not, your own anxiety as a student here, and how you overcome the anxiety. I think who Akash said that you were trembling over there, right? Now, perhaps you can share. I think by sharing, the others can learn from you. Thank you so much. This is for everyone, for Aka, Baptista, and also for Abel. And the others, perhaps you can prepare your questions to the presenters. Thank you so much.
Test. My own experience when I first enters the elite, I very don't know how to speak in front of other people because I don't know what is called introvert or yeah, I shy to speak with other people, but when I enters the elite, the class is the for practice, right? So the key is, I said before, is practice. I overcome this problem with practice and preparations, and yeah, I can overcome it and sit down in here right now. Thank you.
So I have facing this situation twice. The first is while in public speaking class. We have final project in public speaking class. We have to speak in front of our classmate. But in public speaking class, I have friends that I have partners to speak in front of. So I'm not really nervous at that time. But in this time, I have to speak alone. But I have my friends, but I literally speak alone in front of you guys with so many people that come from different batch, different department. So it's make me nervous. So how to overcome it? I have practiced before. I have prepared my PPT, my script, but I still can overcome my nervous because there's a lot of people that I never know before. So that's for me. Thank you.
Okay, for me, the first ever experience I speak in front of many people is when I take class in the first semester, which is public. It's the second semester, which is public speaking, and that is the first time I have spoken in front of many people. And what happened was of course, I don't have preparation and I didn't know what to do, so I just not speak very fluently. But after I learn more, I think what I do is do some preparation to overcome my anxiety, and I think that's all it takes. If you are prepared well enough, I think your anxiety will be gone when you go in front of public. And that's all I can say for me. Thank you.
Wow, it's so cool, guys. So thanks for Ibu Endang for the asking, and our Q&A seasons, like a sharing season, is makes our seasons is just like more insightful. So let's move to the next. Someone will have a question about speaking anxiety. We have, okay, I see a beautiful girl with a batik. The color is purple, so we gonna hear what is the question.
Yes. Okay, so this question is for all of you guys. My question is, does cultural background influence our perceptions of public speaking and the anxiety associated with it? Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
I will be answering first. And I think cultural background doesn't really affect speaking anxiety very much. As you can see, I'm from Jogja, where the people are usually speak very silently and politely. So I think cultural background doesn't affect your speaking anxiety that much. Okay, that's all from me.
For okay, from me, same as Abel, the cultural background is not affect about apa to your speaking anxiety because it's much more include in apa? It's more in yeah, it's in yourself, your individual cognitive, so you can control it by yourself. It not affect by cultural or anybody. It's pure or your circle of control. So Abel is from Jogja and I'm from Jogja, but why I'm more anxious with either Abel. So it's much in prepare and the practice. So I think like that. Thank you.
From me, same like my two friends, is not affect the your speaking anxiety. Is as by yourself. If you want to, you have. If you want, you can practice it and you can make it success. And yeah, it cannot affect your anxiety by culture. Thank you.
Okay, let's move. And thank you for Nabila for asking. So I think we're gonna add more. So have someone have, oh, I see a handsome guy with black shirt and the guy with batiks. So the first is the black one with the t-shirt, black one.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so maybe the question is sometimes I feel it when I have a class or maybe was it a speaking class. So when we are talking about the academical things like was it like we have in class our lecture and then the other thing we can speak was it like very fluently or maybe yeah we can speak well. But if it is talking about was it a random thing or maybe it's talking about was it out of class, yeah, the context is about out of class. So and then after that we are stumbling when we want to talk. So sometimes I feel it that one. So how do we confront that one? Thank you so much.
Okay, from me, I am the opposite of you because I am more anxious while I speaking in the class whether in out of the class. So to overcome it, maybe you can we can practice more because in my opinion we have just to practice and practice to be perfect. That's for me. From me. Maybe you guys.
Okay. For me, um, yeah, I am the same as Akash. When I speak in class is I cannot speak more fluently. Maybe because when you are in class you are forced to be better, right? To speak more fluently because academically you need to do that for your grades. But when you speak like out of class, you can just speak whatever comes to your mind and you don't need to think about much what you will say. So I think you when you speak out of class and you can speak fluent, I think it's because you still think that you are speaking in class and need to think about what you will say. That's for me.
For me, I think you just to relax in the class and yeah, because in the front of friends, right? Yeah, you just like Abel said what comes to do your mind. So I think, and like Aka said before, is practicing to be, yeah, it can be more fluently, but you just to relax to overcome this problem. Thank you.
So we have next question from Hosea.
Check. Yeah. My question is for the speakers and well, it's your experience. Do you feel more nervous when you are speaking to native speaker or non-native speaker? Thank you.
Okay. Well, personally for me, I am more anxious to speak. Well, it depends on how much the people. If I just speak eye to eye to maybe to non-native or native speaker, I think it doesn't feel that anxious because I just said what I can, and if I don't understand him, I just say yeah like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Can you repeat or maybe use Google Translate. But if I speak in front of public like this, whether it's non or native speakers, I think it's the same for me. I have more nervous and yeah, it's the same amount of nervousness. Okay, that's for me. Maybe other opinion.
Okay, for me, I more nervous while I'm speaking in front of the native speaker. Or like now, I speak in front of a classmate or senior that have different background with me, with same background with me, same batch in PBI. So I feel more nervous because they can they can speak are better than me, but they give me a chance to speak in front of in here. So that's for me.
For me, I think I nervous when speaking with the native speakers because I'm afraid being judged negatively and afraid to making mistake. So yeah, maybe I will have to relax and make a prepare. But yes, I'm nervous with when I talk with native speaker.
Okay, I think I will give a last chance to the audience who have a question to the speakers. But if there is not something or someone to have a question, we will move to other sessions. So we have a question for our speakers. Okay, we got one. So let me know. Let me know what is the question.
Test. So for each speakers, my question is speaking face to face is more anxiety inducing rather than using application like WhatsApp or Zoom?
From me, I think face to face is more nervous because we have to face to face with real people in the real time and in real place. So it's make us is nervous more than just in applications. I think it's my opinion.
Same as Baptista say, I'm more nervous while I speaking face to face in front of people. So we have more prepared while we have to face with we have to speak in front of people face to face. That's from me.
I think both are the same for me. But when I speak face to face, if I am stuttering, I can't do anything as an excuse. But well, if using Zoom or WhatsApp, I think I can like pretend that my internet connection was bad. So yeah. So as an excuse when I am stuttering or forget my material, I can use an excuse like that. So, but the nervousness I think is the same for me. Yeah, that's for me. Thank you.
So it's the last question we got. So let's move to the next session. So alright, that's a wrap for this session. Big thanks to our amazing speaker Baptista, Abel, and Aka, and to all of you for being such a great audience. Give a big applause for us, all of us, because we do all the session well. So give a big applause. Up next, we have next session with MC, and I'm sure it will be just exciting as this session. So I'm handing it back to our MC, Zed and Kinan.
So, how was the parallel session just now? Pretty cool, right?
We already heard some amazing and super good presentation from our students presenter. So once again, give them a round of applause. So now let's take a moment to introduce ourselves. My name is Kinan.
And my name is Zed.
We'll be hanging out with you all during this break time session.
But no worries, because we are here to make this break session fun. So let's just take it easy and have some fun. We have got a little games for y'all. It's called Random Words. It's super easy and fun.
Okay, so here's how it works. Someone will say a word and the next person has to say another word starting with the last letter of the previous word.
Yeah, for example, if I say apple, the next person might say elephant. Easy, right?
Okay, but here's the catch. You only have 3 seconds to think of an answer. If you don't, you'll have to
come to the front.
And we are going to pick 3 people who missed their turn to come to the front.
So let's get started. And let's begin from there.
Anyway, we also invite all lecturers and all committee members to join and take part of the game.
Okay, so starting from this one.
Yes.
Any words?
Oh, you have just say a word.
Yes,
A
a
word. One word. Oh, that's a one word. Okay.
Are you serious?
Okay. Okay. Three, two. Three, two. Sudah. Three.
Satu, 1, 2, 3, come to the front. Okay, please come to the front. Pink t-shirt. You can stand or sit. Okay. Okay, so let's start again from
Alright. Next. Number. Recycle. Three.
recycle. Start with the letter E. Ends with the letter E.
And it's with the letter E.
Yeah. 3.
Three.
Start.
Economy.
3,
Two.
2, 1. Huh? Okay, yolk ends with the letter K. Okay. Kangaroo.
Next. Okay.
Tes. Okay, orangutan ends with the letter N.
Again, next.
Okay, next. Native E. Il. L. L.
Il. Okay, next. Cloud.
So the letter D. D.
Then this next.
The letter T.
T.
T. 3,
Two.
2, 1. Come to the front.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
T. T.
Oh, T, okay. Not yet. Ma'am, do you want to play the game too?
Oh,
Okay, Kak Cindy. The last word?
A.
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 Yes.
Okay.
Letter L. Labyrinth. Letter H. H.
H.
3.
Next.
The letter R. Okay, the letter N. That's the letter S. Huh? Severe. The letter E.
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 And
2.
ruler. 3, 2.
Come to the front. Yeah. Okay, still come to the front because it's been spoken. Run. Yeah. Okay, run. You. Who said run?
Bisa.
Kok sama aku, Mak? Okay, so now. Okay, that was fun, right? Thank you for playing along, everyone. You're so awesome. We already have 3 persons here, and we will be asking a question from the previous presentation.
Okay, so we would like to know what did you learn from the students presenters earlier about speaking anxiety?
Starting with the boy. Yes. Any points?
Okay, from me, maybe first when we are speaking, we have to prepare the material. We have to prepare ourselves. For example, we have to practice in front of the mirror, and then try to be calm and then confident. I think that's all.
Check. Okay. From me is what is anxiety? Speaking anxiety. Speaking anxiety is a problem that we
check.
We this. Okay. That we face when we speaking in front of people, a lot of people. Thank you.
Okay, so what I got from day is when we want to speaking in front of people, we should practice and then remember the material. That's it.
Give them some applause. Thank you so much for sharing. Those were some great reflection. And as a token of our appreciations, we have special merchandise for each of you. And
To present the prizes, we would like to invite our lecturer, Bu Endang, to the stage.
Pak Endar.
Okay, so it's time to get back to the main event.
Okay, up next, we have something really special and the most exciting part of this seminar, and it is a keynote session with our amazing guest speaker.
So to kick things off, let's welcome our moderator, Icha, who will guide us through this session. Okay, Icha, the stage is yours.
Yes. Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, it is a pleasure to meet you all here and for those who are watching onlinely. Before we begin, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Tirsa Debi Budiman, but people usually call me Icha. I am a student from ELED or English Language Education Department, batch 2023. And on this opportunity, I will be your moderator. Okay, I guess you all have heard that we have guest speaker, which is Kaira. So I will introduce her a little bit. She is a Master of Education at Boston University in Massachusetts, USA. And did you guys know she is actually one of the first generation of UKDW ELED. So she came from batch 2016 and finished her study on 2020 when COVID pandemic was erased. So she had her graduation went onlinely. Okay, I guess on this given time, Kak Ira will be sharing her valuable lesson about going global opportunities and what to prepare. I guess you all have been waiting for this session, so let's give a warm welcome to Kak Ira. Kak Ira, the floor is yours.
Wow, thank you very much, Icha. Oh, I like it. I love seeing your presentation though, because I was there, I was trembling, I was nervous at the time and handshaking. And right now I'm still feeling nervous too, to be honest. And yeah, at that time back then I also took my Mendang class, speaking for academic purposes, and it was really hard to cope with the nervous speaking anxiety. That's one of our biggest problem. Even when I'm here, I'm still feeling that. But going through PBU KDW, I learned a lot, like a lot of lessons that we can take from theories to practices, a lot of things. Before I start my presentation, I would like to say that I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much for the lectures in PBU KDW. I cannot be here without all of your supports there. And special thanks to Pak Moko as my student advisor, if he is here, and also also Pak Endar, who have given me the letter of recommendation, so I'm able to get into the Boston University. Thank you very much, and Ma'am Endang, thank you for the invitation for me to be here. I was like, the first time Ma'am Endang chat me, I was like, ma'am, is this for your class only or the whole PBA students? And she said it's for the PBA students. So I feel you. I got the speaking anxiety, so not only you. So don't worry, guys. We'll talk about this further. So as the topic, it's about words without worry and breaking through the silence and say it out loud. I heard the speaker, if I'm not mistaken, it was Baptisa. He said that he was like introvert person, but don't worry, introvert is not the weaknesses, but it's the strength. You work through silence and you show the world who you really are. Oh, this is like a funny story for me because Facebook reminded me of this. I'm quite active on Facebook. So 2 months ago, I got this really reminder for myself. Like 7 years ago, I went to the college in 2016, and 1 year after, I was sitting there right in your position, and I'm sure that you know this room, right? Right? You know this room, this Harun room, if I'm not mistaken, in the Dactos building. I was sitting there and I listened to a talk from a man who's studying in United States, and look at the caption. It stated, my mindset said, if not now, then when? Hashtag seminar study in United States. And wow, who have been taught that 7 years later, I made it here in Boston University. Like I cannot stop thinking because my dream started at your position, at your where you are sitting right now, and I'm here standing as the speaker, even though it's in Zoom meeting. I'm so honored. So I'll tell you a little bit about Boston University. It's located in Massachusetts. It's one of the states in America, and it's located in northeastern part of the United States. So I come from Eastern Indonesia, and I come study to the eastern side of United States. And Massachusetts, especially Boston, it's it's widely known as the city of education, just like Jogja, just like Georgia. So when I'm here, I feel like, oh, this is my home, because it's the home of education. It consists a lot of famous universities that you might know, like Harvard University, MIT University. It's the top rank of KS ranking world in the world. So I'm so proud to be here. Without the supports of my peers, my lectures in PBUKDW, I will not be able to be here. Okay, who am I really? So I come from Kupang, Nusa Tenggara Timur. As you said, as you know, I was the first batch of this department. I know I'm old right now, but I still look young. And I am holding a bachelor degree from your department, and I am one of the awardee of LPDP. Now I'm taking language and literacy program in Boston University as a full-time student, and my current job was a senior high school teacher for 2 years. Yeah, that's my little background about myself, and let's jump to the topic. So I'll give you a big general idea about what common struggles as an international student being here, because maybe you might see in our social media that we always share a lot of fun things to do in US or in UK, but it's not the way it is. So we have a lot of issues, we have a lot of struggles behind it. That is just what we want to share to the world, but behind that, oh my God, we're dying actually. The first one is language barrier. It's the most top problem. Just like you said, the speaking anxiety, it aligns, all the skills of English. Like, it doesn't matter how long have you been practicing English a lot. For me, I've been learning English for more than 10 years. And now I'm here being a native speaker country. It's really hard. It's sometimes really hard to understand what they're saying. When the first week of my class in BU, I faced a similar problem as you. I didn't understand what the professor was saying in the class. The pace is different from us, Indonesia and Asian. The pace is different and the tension is real, because we receive English as our foreign language, while in here they speak it regularly. So it's kind of hard to understand the pace and also the cultures and the jokes they're trying to throw to us. So it was hard the first week, but then I made it. This is my last semester of the first semester, the last stage of my first semester, so I made it here. And the next is the cultural differences of academic life that can lead to miscommunication, isolation, and frustration. So the cultural differences at academic life, like what I observe so far in US, like in my curriculum, there is a gap between the learning system in the class of US and our system in Indonesia, in a way that the professors or the curriculum itself requires the students to bring something to the table. Like, for example, what's your culture, what's your experience? You need to bring those contents into the classroom so that, the professor is waiting for you. What's your personal background that you can bring to the class so that we can learn from each other like that. While in Indonesia, we tend to be a passive learners. We just receive, we tend to like just sit and receive the materials from the lectures. Yeah, so I think it's a good start for you to start like bring up your confidence to speak inside the classroom. Even sometimes here they have a debate with the professor. Oh, sorry, prof, I don't agree with your statement. My opinion is like this, and this. So yeah, that's the difference that I feel so far. And for the cultural shock, I don't think I find a lot of cultural shock here, because back then in my college, in bachelor degree, I've participated in a lot of international programs that allowed me to see the cultures from the cultures across the world. So yeah, it opens up, it's like open up my eyes. That's so I am here, and I didn't feel like it's a shocking culture for me. And one more thing, if you are now in which semester, if I may know? Fourth? Or yeah, never mind. But if you have gotten cross-cultural understanding class, that teach you a lot. Yes. And the next is academic pressure in the classroom. Like when we meet new academic teaching methods and strict deadlines, the methods itself are somehow same but somehow different, in a way that there are a lot of articles that we need to read. There are a lot of, oh my God, I cannot explain it, but I'm trying to say that you need to be critical in the classroom, otherwise you will stay at the back compared to your international classmates. So make sure that you improve your critical thinking, and I think it's the best stage for you in your bachelor degree. It's the best stage for you to discover who you really are and your skills, your speaking. A lot of skills can be discovered in your stage right now. For the loneliness and homesickness, I know that some of you might come outside Jogja, and it's really hard sometimes to deal with loneliness and homesickness. But if I would say, like, don't ever think about loneliness and homesickness. Find your own community. Like for me, I have my own community in Boston University. I have the Indonesian family here. So it's not really hard for me to deal with those problems or issues that I face in the classroom. And we can just share to each other like what you face in the class, and then we exchange our thoughts. So that it's such a relief time for us, like that. And the last one, I know that we are also social person, so it's important to balance between your responsibilities as students and social person. We're gonna talk about this further in my materials. Yeah, so I've been talking a lot about global career, studying abroad, but then why it's so important? Because it can grow your global opportunities. So in today's situation, like employee company, they values candidates with international mindset, international experience that can demonstrate their adaptability to every kinds of situations. So yeah, just improve yourself, be confident, and do not think about, oh, I'm so introvert, I'm so nervous, I couldn't make it. And I also noticed from your speakers saying that it's so nervous to speak with native speakers. I bet that is true. Sometimes we get stuck, like what to remember, the vocab, the what we're trying to say, but just break it down, just move forward and be brave to show what's your thought. And the next is value of cultural exchange. So it can like immersing yourself in a global environment. It will improve your soft skills and your hard skill. Like you're being social, you're being more socialized with other people. You know how to respond people even though they're not coming from different. They're not coming from same background as you guys. And the last is you can gain personal growth. Yeah, it's a self-improvement of yourself. Well, how to prepare that? This one, have you ever heard about this? What method? It stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Yeah, so the first time when I was preparing for scholarship enrollment, I used this kind of method, SWOT method, to find who I really am. And I like it. Oh, wait, I put it on my personal note here. Is it Nabila? Yeah. Nabila said that it comes from yourself, and I agree with that. This presentation is related to that statement because when you want to apply for scholarship, you want to study abroad or you want to have career abroad, you should know yourself first. You should beat yourself first. The first is strengths, like what you're good at, your knowledge, your qualification, achievements, personal traits, or experiences. And your weaknesses, you should also know what you are not good at, like your bad habits. You postpone deadlines, you postpone everything that actually you can do in 1 second. So that's the weakness. And once you know about this, you can control the opportunities. The opportunities will come to you a lot and you can choose like that. And for the threads itself, once you know about this, because these two circles here, they're coming from yourself, not from the other people. But these two, it depends on you, how you show yourself, how far do you know yourself. If you have beat these two, I'm sure that you will ignore this like that. So yeah, as I did in my college, how to discover who I really am. Like I involved in every kind of program. I know your lecturer might say yes about that because I was so active at that time. Like my energy, I use my energy to interact with people, interact with national to international programs. So yeah, now I know myself, like so the opportunities also always come. I used to be the MC. I used to be the what you say, yeah, the MC, and some MC like you did today. The opportunities come, and when you have joined to that kind of what you say programs or activities, the opportunities will come to you. The trust, like your lecturers will ask you to do this for the next semester and or for the next event. Okay, this is so important because once you wanna achieve your goal, you should do what's important for you and what's not important for you. What is urgent and what is not urgent. Like for example, to do important, your deadlines, your assignments, for example, like that, and you apply, for example, like you apply system kerja semalam SKS, yeah, like that. Some students might still do that, but I recommend you to not doing that because it's about the quality, your self quality, how you can manage your work. You can start from the very small things, like you make a list of the timeline. Like for example, what's the easiest assignment for me that I can do at first, and what's the hardest part. For me, I will do the easiest part first and leave the hardest at the back so I can focus on that only. And the next one is schedule what's important but not urgent. Like for example, your friends ask you to go to a movie, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you want to have a Saturday night with them, but you have the important schedule to do, just ignore them because it's not urgent. And delegate it's not important but urgent, like you're applying for message, for emails from your professor or your friends, and just eliminate unimportant tasks and not urgent tasks to do. Yeah, that's my suggestion so far that I did when I was trying to apply for this scholarship. So all in all, you need to prioritize what's important and unimportant things to do, make a timeline of your personal goal, and be loyal in everything you do, and always go extra miles for that. Be loyal here, what I mean is that do not talk too much at the back when you were given like a task to do, like a really hard task to do compared to your friends or to compared to someone else. That means you have the credible skills. You have the skill to do that. So do not talk too much, just work on it and be loyal. For the steps, here is my personal step that I share to you. You're so lucky. The first one is focusing on your academic achievement and create a work-life balance schedule. So I believe that discipline sets you free. So once you have your list, like what you're gonna do first and leave the unimportant things at the back, it will set you free, you know. And the next is join competitions, exchange programs, students conference, participants in campus committee, and etc. So if you still have that kind of speaking anxiety and you receive that as your biggest struggle, to your biggest what's that enemy to not moving forward, don't do that. Just keep going up, keep moving on, and just like join competition. Here I said that you don't have to be the winner, but at least you try. At least you try, you saw something, like, oh, from that mistakes I can learn something new, like that. Students conference, if you have gotten the research class or not yet, you can reach out to your student advisor. I'm sure that they will help you with that. From this, once you have joined these kinds of programs, you will find your interests, because you let yourself immerse in kinds of activities. So now you can choose which one you're going to focus on. And next, you will get feedback. The feedback will come instantly to yourself from your peers, your student advisor, your lecturers. They will suddenly give you feedback. So then you can expand your social skills, your soft skills, and anything related to skills, academic skills, like that. And yeah, just finish your degree with a purpose in life. So me, you said earlier that I graduated in COVID-19 era, and I was so like, it didn't make me so sad. It makes me think like, oh, that means that I need to take a master's degree so I can proper what you say, proper outfit in a building and do my graduation day, like that. Okay, this is really important. As I mentioned earlier, it's so hard when you are here in native speaker country to understand what they are trying to say. So it's really important for you at your stage to improve your language skills, like consume English content, watching TED Talks, listen to podcasts, and read books in English. Remember, if you were finished with this, like for example, you listen to a podcast about speaking anxiety, then you have to make critical review about that. It's a training session for you. So when you are studying abroad later on, you are familiar with this term critical. What's more being critical in the classroom? You have something to say, you have something to critics. You know how to critique text or a talk. Sometimes our assignment require us to do critics to our professor journal, and it was so hard. And yeah, so just do from now on, take a small step, make a routine of what you're gonna do today. Like, oh, I'm gonna watch the TED Talk about this, and you start to write the summary. And once you're done with that, you can critics the articles or the content you watch. And the last one is practice speaking every day. Find your own community, find your friends, or anywhere. You can speak English anywhere. Don't listen to other people just judge you, because here it doesn't matter that how bad our speaking is. People don't care. The native speaker don't care at all about it, as long as they can understand what you're saying. So just do it. Just be consistent to speak English the whole day in the classroom, and just try to be brave to speak. If you have something to say with the lectures, and if you have another agreement or another opinion with your professor or classmates, you can say. No one's gonna kill you. So just say what's your opinion is. Yeah, so it's a good starter though. I mean, in your stage in bachelor degree, I would say that it's the best stage for you to find who you really are. So once you graduated, you know your what's your goal. Yeah, for next one is looking for national to international to global opportunities. Like you can seek for opportunities like internship, volunteer work, academic programs, students conference, or competitions. It's not only about it doesn't mean that national program is not important, but as long as it can give you opportunity to expand yourself, your skills, go for it. You have the access though, like UKDW area might look small, but the connection is huge. So the choice is in your hand. Like you have the sources, you have your student advisor, you have your lectures. Just reach out and ask, is there anything that I can do to or I can join? You can go to Biro 4, for example. There are a lot of international programs that you can join. So it's in you. Just beat yourself and go for it. Don't be afraid, guys. No one's gonna kill you. And tips and tricks to make it happen is first, be bold and don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Just be confident, as I did. I'm too confident. I was too confident at the time, but then I learned that too confident. Yeah, it makes me like self-improvement and yeah, make my life easier. So don't think about being afraid of speaking or anxiety. No, you're still your journey is still long. So just improve that. And the second one is practice your self-discipline. As I said earlier, that discipline makes you free and rules protects you. So make timeline of your personal growth, personal goal, and starting from small things that you can accomplish first for that. And the last one is always be ambitious. Be ambitious here, I mean, is that you have like strong motivation. Oh, I should do this because this would add to my CV later on. This would add my career value in the next 5 or 10 years. Okay, that's all of my presentation. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and I'll answer that. Thank you. I'll give it back to the MC, moderator, sorry.
Okay, thank you, Kak Ira, for the insightful presentation about the opportunities and preparation for going global, such as the importance of preparation like get career prospect, get valuable skills, and enhance your personal growth using SWOT method you mentioned before, and gain networking opportunities. Now, let's open the Q&A session. If you have any question, please raise your hand. And for those who are watching via Zoom or YouTube, you can type your question on the chat box, or you can raise your hand on the Zoom and then open your mic to speak. There will be only 2 questions for the first round. If we have more time left, the question will be settled again. Okay, thank you. Is there any question? Okay. First, you can introduce your name and then where your major from and what batch you are in.
Okay. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yunike Kritisui Salom. My major is LAT 23. I come from West Kalimantan. What I want to ask Kak Ira, how long she takes her times to prepare the LPDP scholarship, and I want to know that at the first time she applied the scholarship, she accepted as an awardee, or she applied many times, like twice or third, and she can accept it as an awardee. So I want to know, and I think it will be inspire me to be better and get the goals for the next year.
Okay. So your name is Christy? Yes. Christy, right? So yeah, thank you for
You can call me Christy.
This is so Christy. Okay. This is such a reflected question for me because for how long did I prepare for a PDP scholarship? It was taken like 6 months before, or 4 months before, because at that time, like, I tried LPDP not only for one shot, I tried twice, to be honest. Because why? Because at the first shot, I was thinking like, oh, I was good enough, I have a lot of skills, so why should I worry? I must be accepted. But no, nothing at all. The first thing you must know is knowing you must do is knowing yourself, like who you really are. You know your community, who your community are. Like, for example, if you come from Banten, yeah, or Indonesia, let's say. So if you want to pursue higher education abroad using LPDP scholarship, you should know what's the situation in your country first, or in your community. Like, for example, if you want to take teaching English for teaching English for second language learners, then you can raise up the issue. Like, in my situation right now, students are so not familiar with English, while the global keeps going on to be more, yeah, like worldwide, and everyone now speaks English. So you start from who you really are, who your community is, and you start to dig what's the problems that you face in your community, like that. So I did it twice. And I did it first in 2021, I guess. Yeah, 2021, because I didn't do a lot of preparations and stuff. I was minus in the motivation context. I didn't know that I didn't know what I'm trying to contribute to my country when I come back to Indonesia later on. And I tried twice in last year, so I made it. Thank you. Is that answering your question, or you still have another question? Just let me know.
I think it's enough, and it's really inspired me, and it's like a sharing session. So thank you very much for the answer, Kak Ira.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, is there anyone to want to ask again?
Hello Kak Ira. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Ruth. I'm from English Language Department batch 21. My question is, do you ever have some struggles when you using English when you first arrived at Boston or in USA? Like you have some trouble at in speaking, but it's not actually you got troubles all the time, but just some words that cannot come out from your mouth. So sometimes you need times or takes time. If you ever experience that, I just wanted to know how you face something like that, because you are speaking with a native speaker there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ruth, for the question. I did mention earlier, like speaking, I still feel it now, the anxiety, especially when you are going to the class and you haven't prepared for the materials. But thankfully here they have quite really clear syllabus, so we know what to prepare before the class, so we have something to say in the classroom. I was struggle at first too, like in the first week. I was not for me like speaking, but how I listen and I translating it into my first language like that, and it was hard to in understanding, but not so much in speaking. Sometimes when you are preparing something, what you're gonna speak in a classroom, you have to read a lot. You have to expand your knowledge and do some preparation and practice before. And something for the English academic words, because it's really different when you are talking to your friends and being in the classroom setting. There's some words that I didn't know, so I would ask my friend next to me, like, do you know what this word is? And she always will describe it, and I know. So do not be shy, do not be afraid. Oh yeah, I have one story. At my first class, I find it hard to cope with the pace of speaking with the professor. So at the end of the class, after everyone is leaving, I talk to her like, sorry, prof, I couldn't understand what you're saying. Can you please repeat what the assignment that you require us to do? And she understands with that. She knows that we are international students. We come here using the scholarship, and we did it so far. So she just re-explained it. So just be brave. Don't be afraid. If you are struggling with some English words that you might find it difficult, just ask. Like, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Kak Ira, for answering the question. Does anyone have any question again? Since we have like a lot of time left.
Halo Kak Ira. My name is
Hi.
my name is Noel. I am from English Language Education Department, batch 2020, now 21. I just curious about. I want to ask about what is the steps or maybe what we need to prepare if we want to study abroad, except IELTS and TOEFL certificate. Maybe other things that we need to prepare to study abroad. I just want to ask that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Noel, for the question. And I think this is a really good question for everyone to know the answer. So first one for LPDP scholarship, you need to prepare about, you need to improve your experience first. And I mention it again, that college life is the best place for you to expand yourself, your social skills. So later when you graduate, when you want to apply for a PDP, at least you have something to bring to them. Like what's you're good at, your experience, what's your skill. So the interviewer will be so convinced by your experiences and your personal motivation that you can bring after you come back to Indonesia and do something here. And the second one is the essay writing. essay writing, so just focus on your essay writing classes. Yeah, the research class, because once you enroll to that scholarship, you need to write 1,000 words of essay, either in Bahasa Indonesia or English. But if your target is wanna go to another country, then you should be prepared to write a lot of things in English. Yeah, like that. And for the interview itself, yeah, it depends on the country you choose, on the place that you choose you want to study. If in Indonesia, they will ask you in Bahasa Indonesia, but somehow they also use English for several questions. But if you're outside Indonesia, it will be like full English. So be prepared for that. IELTS, TOEFL, yeah, that's the top list. But for your motivation, your contribution, you need to put out on the essay like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kaira. Again, is there any question? I guess 2 more questions, then we will move on to the next session. Okay, 2 more questions from YouTube. Oh, okay.
From YouTube, right?
Is there any question from YouTube? Sure.
Okay,
Go first.
maybe I will introduce my name first. My name is Pierre Johnson. I'm from English Language Education Department, batch 21, the same as my friends. I want to ask about the program itself, about the scholarship. About the LPDP, right? Do we really need to go back to our own country after we finish our study? Because I was heard that there will be another regulation that we are not demanded to go back to our country, so we can stay in the country that we get the scholarship. Maybe you know about this one or anything else. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So as far as I know, we must go back to Indonesia because they have the government itself has paid for us, but you can have chance to do extension here by finding relatable job to your faculty that you are taking here. For it will give you time like 2 years for staying here, and yeah, you can stay longer here as long as you get a job in the country that you're pursuing to, and you need to contact it with LPDP scholarship, so they will give you like a permission to stay longer here, like that. Thank you. But for further information, you can find it on the booklet. I think LPDP has provides a pretty clear regulations about this. So yeah, just make sure that you find it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kak Ira. Well, we have one last question from YouTube. It is from Kak Mona Leo. She asked, Kak Ira, how do you handle language barrier in the USA?
Oh, okay. How do I handle language barrier in the USA? It's a hard question. The first time I came here, I wasn't really nervous about speaking because I come here, I live in a native speaker country, so that means I am forced to speak English every day. So I was practicing, like for example, if I get presentation, I have to critique an article and I have to bring it to the classroom. Of course, the tension is different. The tension is real. I feel that speaking anxiety, but then I practice a lot. Just like your speaker says that we practice in front of mirror, and the language barrier itself, oh yeah, this is one strategy for you if you're not sure when you're studying abroad, not sure with the first class, you just need to listen and observe everything in the classroom, so then later on in the next meeting you can cope with that like that. So the language barrier itself, I didn't find it really hard because I did my preparation at first because before I come to the classroom. So, and I wanna draw back again to the consuming English content in my PPT. So I always, every time I get nervous, I always watch TED Talks. I always watch something meaningful from YouTube so that it gives me like enlightenment to speak more. Yeah, like that. Thank you, Kak Mona.
Okay, Kak Ira. Kak Mona actually have like second question. Okay, she asked, Kak Ira, I'm curious to know how you built friendship in the USA. Did you experience any anxiety when meeting new people?
Okay, so for me, I'm such an extrovert person, so I didn't find it hard to build friends with native speaker here. But that is outside the classroom. I mean, we get along each other. For my classmates itself, like we have small to big class for around 20 students, 15 to 20 students in the classroom. So when we are in the classroom, we just like discuss about the things that we're up to inside. But once we're outside, you know, everyone's does their own thing. So it was hard at first, but then you bring something from your country, like yeah, your cultures. We in Indonesia, like your classmates and you, for example, you have meeting, like for example, meeting regularly after the classroom. You go to canteen and you eat regularly, and I try to put that here. I bring that culture to this country. So yeah, it's hard actually to build a friendship, international friendship in native speakers country, but once you become who you really are, you're not afraid of everything, like you're not feeling anxious of reaching out to people. I think you're fine, and I can handle that. I mingle with some of my international students too, even though we're not in the same classroom anymore. So yeah, just embrace your cultures there. Okay.
Okay,
Is that answering your question? Come on.
Yeah. Okay, thank you again, Kak Ira. Is there any question again? Because we have so much time to spend with Kak Ira today. Anyone want to ask?
Or the moderator, you have something in your mind?
Okay, well, actually, this. Okay, Kak Ira, one of my friend. This. Okay, Kak Ira, one of my friend kind of curious, so he asked me to ask you, is there any culture shock you really have, since you mentioned before that you didn't have any culture shock because it is almost the same and you are a really active person, so you have learned lots of culture before, but he really curious what kind of culture shock when you first arrived there.
Okay. So for social life, we know that American styles are so liberal. So yeah, we can learn it from movie and stuff. But when you're inside the classroom, it's so different to the Indonesian classroom setting where everyone are free to sit like what they want to be. They sit, but they listen. They have something to say in the classroom. So it doesn't really matter. It was like a first shocking time for me. Everyone can just raise their hand and debate with the professor, debate with the classmates, which is totally different with our cultures in Indonesia. So that is my culture shock that I have. And for the America in itself, the society, you know that how Western cultures would be like they are so liberal, they wear whatever they want, so it's not so shocking anymore. But in academic life, yeah, that is what I felt. We can eat, we can eat in the classroom, we can give our opinions to the professor, and they just listen. They don't judge, they just listen, and they just like having a conversation in classroom. Yeah, that is my culture shock in academic way.
Okay, thank you, Kak Ira. Okay, guys, do you guys have any? Oh wait. Okay, Kak Ira. One of my friend have a question again. So the question is it important to master traditional cultures like traditional dance or playing traditional music instrument as the additional ability for the scholarship?
Wow, that's unexpected question though. I'm not good at music, and I think it's important because once you have something unique in yourself, you can mingle with everyone here. Like, for example, the music itself, you can participate in the church or the campus community that allow you to interact with more international students. So yeah, that's the best strategy if you have that kind of skill that you can bring to this community. And remember, you need to introduce your culture. You bring up your culture. Don't be shy about that because they are more really curious about our country, Indonesia. It's so rich. So yeah, just it's a plus thing for you if you have the skills. Even when you apply for the scholarship, they also have a blank space for you to explain your skills, and you can add that too.
Okay, thank you,
Thank
Kak
you.
Ira. Is there any question again? If there isn't, I would like to ask a question for Kak Ira. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask, since Kak Ira mentioned before about academic curriculum, we know Indonesian curriculum and American curriculum are different because the ideology, right? And I really want to know your opinion. Do you prefer the Indonesian curriculum or the like American curriculum based of what you have experienced there, like the maybe plus and minus for each curriculum, and maybe what things could be improved in our Indonesian curriculum from your experience there? Thank you.
So critical. So critical. Thank you very much for the question. It's so hard for me to answer. If you ask me to choose, I cannot choose one of them because I'm origin from Indonesia and I'm here for studying. So, but if you want me to add something to the curriculum Indonesia, oh, especially for the students, just allow yourself to expand your knowledge, read a lot of journals, articles, because when I come here, reading is the topmost strategy that I need to learn more, that I need to use here. So yeah, so for that, maybe if I would say, since the syllabus here is pretty clear, like the professors put what should we do before the class and after the class, and when is the date of our final, our midterm. So basically what we are doing is that we need to spend like hours to read 4 to 5 articles for only one class, and it was tough, but then I think it needs to be put in Indonesia, I think. So the habit of reading itself needs to be expanded because people here, they're studying reading from their early stage of life. So yeah, it's so hard for us to understand the reading text, especially in more academic ways. But for native speaker, they just see it and they can comprehend what's the meaning of the text. So yeah, I think just adding more reading habits to the classroom and open up spaces for students to also relate their personal experience to the theories, so it can open up new perspectives from both sides like that. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. Is that anything that I miss?
I think that's all. Thank you, actually, Kak Ira.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you. That
thank
was a
you.
tough question, though. Thank you.
Okay, is there any question you guys want to ask again to Kak Ira? No? Well, I have one little last question for Kak Ira actually. Okay. As a LE student or PBI student, I really want to know in whole like journey of college you had here, what maybe you can mention one or maybe three, 1 to 3 courses that you find really helpful when you want to prepare your scholarship or when you are abroad. Yeah.
Okay, for the courses, first of all, I want to highlight that I'm so grateful to be part of PBI UKDW because the learning system, I mean, the standard that they set for us, it's so high. So when I come here, I haven't find it difficult to deal with the learning process, and I can manage myself to cope with those high standard. And for that, I would say the courses, all of them are so important. If you ask me in 3 or 4 years ago, I would say that public speaking is the most important part. Anything related to speaking is so important. But then when I started my master's here, everything is important, especially reading class and writing classes. So make sure that you improve your skills in 4 core language skills, and yeah, just use that time so effectively. Use your knowledge, ask your professors, ask your lecturers about the things that you are not sure about. So just keep doing that. And I find it speaking for academic purposes is also important though, because we can expand our knowledge, not just speaking in social life, but we know how to present in front of a lot of people in more academic way. And yeah, I think all of them are important. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Ira. Okay, Kak Ira, there's actually one concern from my friend. So they ask like, most of the audience here is not only PBI, so they ask, is there any suggestion for them, like what they could learn to improve their maybe English skill or preparation for going abroad too?
I would say for you who are not in PBI students, don't be afraid. Karena most of the students here, they're not coming from English language education background as well. So first of all, you need to improve your English skill, consuming a lot of English podcasts, talks, anything that you like from music, movie. You can learn from all of those resources. And then once you get to your English, you find your motivation, like what motivates me the most to study abroad, like that. So once you have these two powers, that I think you can go abroad. It doesn't matter which background are you, because my friends here, they're not coming from ELET just like us. So yeah, even me, I come from ELET, and I still have to try the scholarship for twice. So just consume a lot of English contents. What else? And find your motivation. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Kak Ira. So I guess we have 3 minutes left. So let's give a really big applause for Kak Ira today. Okay, I would give a really big thank you for Kak Ira for sharing your engaging story and your informative speech that we learned. We learned that it is really important to find out who you are first, and the method that SWOT, the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat, is really something new, to be honest. And then step 2, gain, having global opportunity is like focus on your academic achievement, of course, expand your social skill, find your interest, and of course, finishing your degree. It is really insightful, and thank you again. For those who have further questions to Kak Ira, you may contact Kak Ira on her Instagram, which is @iraluik, or on her LinkedIn, it is Ira Luik. Okay, thank you again, Kak Ira. Well, the time flies when you're having fun. Thank you everyone. And now, to wrap things up, let's give it up for the MCs, Cindy and Johan, who will lead us with the closing. Cindy and Johan, the floor is yours.
Wow, Kak Ira sharing season was amazing, right? Once again, give applause to Kak Ira. It's incredible to see how much effort it took for Kak Ira to reach this point. And earlier, she also shared some really helpful tips, like the importance of being confident, ambitious, resilient, and also be proactive. We've learned so much today.
Totally agree, Cindy. I found it really inspiring, honestly.
Same here. I'm seriously thinking about continuing my study abroad. I think it sounds so exciting.
Me too. It must be such an amazing experience, especially meeting friends from other countries.
Yes.
Right? But hey, I think our friends here are starting to look a little tired.
Mhm.
Yes. What do you think about boosting their energy again?
Great idea, Joe. And guess what? We still have some merchandise to give away. And how about we share it with our friends who dare to answer the question we give them?
Awesome idea. Jake, like everyone getting excited already. So let's not wait any longer. Let's start with the first question.
Okay, but before that, we will fill in the attendance. So, the barcode, please. Okay, so you guys can scan the barcode and then fill the attendance. Has everyone filled the attendance? Okay. Okay, Johan, let's go back to the question. All right, here's the first question. Earlier, Kak Ira shared so many important lessons. And the question is, what's one key take or point that inspired you the most? Anyone here? Even if it's short, no problem. Oh, sorry. Okay. So guys, today we have gained a lot of great insight from our speaker, Kak Ira. We want to say thank you very much to Kak Ira for the sharing. The topic, going global opportunities and what to prepare, really opened our insight.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I'm sorry I need to leave now. And because it's midnight here, it's 11 p.m. So thank you very much for the session. I hope that my presentation will be so meaningful to you and you can apply those steps that I did in the past. And just if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out. You have my contact, you have my social media account. So just reach out. I will answer everything to you. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, the lecturers. Thank you, Ma'am Endang, Pak Endar, and all the people who are sitting here. Thank you very much. I'm now off.
Thank you, Kak
Thank you,
Ira.
Ira.
Goodbye. Okay, let's go back. Anyone here can answer the first question? Okay. Okay. The question is, check. What's one key takeaway or point that inspired you the most of the sharing with Kak Ira?
So, first, my name is Kezia Karen Sarinto. I'm from ELIT 2024. So, the inspiration from Kak Ira, to be brave and don't be afraid to say something. Just say what you want to say to many people and don't be thinking so much what people thinking about you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on the second question. This one's fun and I think everyone will race to answer it. Who can tell us the full name and title of our lecture in Speaking for Academic Purpose course? Anyone? Raise your hand.
Full name and
Full
title
name and title.
of our
Who can tell us the full name and the title of our lecture in Speaking for Academic Purpose course?
Okay, Kak Kak Fier.
The full name, right? And
Yes.
also the title?
Yeah.
Dr. Francisca Endang Lestari Ningsi, SBT M Hum.
Yes, the answer is correct. Thank you, Kak Pierre. Okay. Now for the final question. Let's make this one bit more challenging. Okay, I want to ask, if you had the opportunity to go abroad, which country would you choose and why? Okay, Unica.
Okay, so I'm Inike Kristi Sui Salom from ALAT 23. If I have a chance to go to another country to study abroad, I want to go to Korea because I'm K-popers and all of my life until now, Korea inspired me to reach my dream and have many goals until now. But I don't know why I take a chance to Japan. I don't know why, but my dream is go to study abroad to Korea. And what is the reason? Because Korea is my motivation to be better until now.
Okay.
It's my answer.
Okay, thank you. So you want to go to the Korea. Okay, for Kak Keisha, Kak Pierre, and Unica, can you please come front?
Confirm. Confirm.
And also Bu Endang, could you please help us to give the merchandise?
Untuk Kak Pia. Ini untuk Kak Unika. Nationally? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Next, we have information for all participants to provide input for our seminar today. The feedback, the barcode, please. Okay, so you guys can be scanned and then fill in the Google form. The
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we are heading to the photo session. For the photographer, time is yours.
Bahasa Indonesia.
Sini sini.
Satu, dua, tiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Buka diri, buka diri. Dua, tiga. Well, friends, it doesn't like we have reached the end of the seminar.
And we also do not forget to thank Bu Endang as the lecturer of the Speaking for Academic Purposes course, who has helped us a lot. And we also thank PBI for organizing the seminar, and of course, we thank for all participants who have attended and actively participated in our seminar today.
We also apologize for any shortcomings during the seminar.
Lastly, we would like to say thank you all for your attention and enthusiasm. See you at the next event.
Goodbye.
Say